said, give me the gun. She like, I don't remember which hand. I'm like, give me that gun. What is you doing? Stop trying to scare me. I took it.
Where is it?
In the early morning hours of Valentine's Day 2019, in a quiet neighborhood in Beaumont, Texas, a man urgently called the police, reporting that his wife had been shot.
Beaumont 911, what is the address of your emergency?
Olivia! Please, hurry. I want to take the gun.
Tell me what's going on.
I'm at home, my wife been shot in the head. Please.
Somebody shot in the head.
My wife, please! Please!
Tell me, where is she shot?
In the head!
Okay, where in the head?
Take it in the window!
Okay. I want you to try to control the bleeding.
Immediately after the call ended, officers were dispatched to the home at 5575 Pine Bur Boulevard, Beaumont, Texas. At 8:55 a.m., Officer Otis Butler was the first to arrive and encountered a familiar face, Christopher Ray Jones, 40 years old, who appeared extremely panicked. Officer Butler was a close friend of both Chris and his wife Olivia. Chris, in a frantic state, quickly led officers to the bedroom where Olivia had been shot.
In the house. She in my bedroom. Where's the gun? In the bedroom, broken down on the dresser. Come this way.
Okay.
Please, come this way. This way.
Okay.
Please. Olivia! Baby!
Sir. Step back.
What's up, Mr. Butler?
211, how are you?
I tried to take it.
Get his information.
Olivia was found lying face down with a gunshot wound to the back of her head. Upon seeing the scene, a female officer immediately asked Officer Butler to gather information from Chris. Shockingly, Olivia was still breathing. When officers turned her over, they discovered the bullet had passed through her right eye. Emergency medical personnel soon arrived to treat Olivia while police secured the scene. Officer Butler then began speaking with Chris to understand what had happened.
Yes.
What happened?
We had a disagreement, and I say, baby, if you're not working with me, you're working against me. I say, we've been doing this. My 19-year-old stepdaughter was 8. My 11-year-old was 1. I say, Olivia, we can't get it together. We can't be together.
Okay.
We got several. And I say, I just want a divorce. And her reaction was, and I've been saying this for quite some time. And her reaction was, if you don't want me, I'm gonna kill myself. I say, no, you're not. We got a loaded gun on the side of the bed. We got a loaded shotgun in the corner where the video games is. And I went inside after coming out because I'm finna get ready to go at my hitch. I'm getting ready to go serve food.
Right.
I come in, she got the gun. I said, give me the gun. She like, I don't remember which hand. I'm like, give me that gun. What is you doing? Stop trying to scare me. I took it.
So when you grabbed it, it went off?
She yanked. I grabbed it and she yanked back. And the gun went off.
Okay.
The gun went off.
According to Chris, the argument stemmed from their deteriorating marriage. Whether intentional or not, he appeared to place all the blame on Olivia. His story also seemed illogical. It was hard to believe that a man of his size could have been overpowered and had a gun taken from him. At one point, Chris knelt down, appearing worried, and in his panic asked about Olivia's condition.
Mr. Butler, I gotta help.
No, you don't need to go in there, okay?
Is she alive?
Yeah, she is.
She is. Is she alive, Mr. Butler? Please don't tell me she's alive if she's not.
Yeah, when I saw her, she was.
She was talking?
She wasn't talking.
Is she breathing?
It looked like she was breathing, yeah.
Ooh, good.
Hey, don't go in there, sir. Sir, I need you to stay right here with me, okay? And calm down.
Calm down?
Just try the best to calm down a little bit, okay?
Mr. Butler, please can we just go look at her?
No, sir. You can't go in there.
However, when he learned she was still alive, the panic on his face disappeared strangely, without any sign of relief or happiness. This made him even more suspicious. A few minutes later, shortly after 9 a.m., Olivia was pronounced dead due to the severity of her injuries.
Have a good day. Thank you.
All right.
He went and looked at it. There's nothing that can be done at this point.
She's gone.
I'm sorry for your loss, man. I apologize. I thought somebody already told you.
Oh, but. Why is this being?
During the search of the house, officers found the weapon, a 9mm handgun covered in blood. However, it was located in a different room from where the shooting occurred. If Olivia had accidentally fired the gun, she should have been holding it when it discharged. This raised a critical question: why was it in another room? The most logical explanation was that Chris had moved it. Because of these inconsistencies, officers decided to detain Chris until they could determine what really happened.
Chris, you're gonna go with us to the station to talk to the detective. Okay. You just,
So I'm under arrest.
no, you just been detained right now. And talk to the detective.
Mr. Butler, I've
No,
been
okay,
behind-
listen. Explain to them what happened, okay? All right, don't leave nothing out.
Mr.
Alright.
Butler.
I know. Just take your time and explain to the detective what happened,
She
okay?
was supposed to be changing her clothes.
Okay, all right. You don't have to say nothing now. Okay?
Okay.
Hey, step by step, tell the detective everything. Because if he finds out something different,
Nah, I will.
okay? All right, well, hold on.
While Chris was being handcuffed, his 19-year-old daughter, Ariel, arrived. He had called her earlier. It was clearly overwhelming for her.
Yeah, we'll get that.
We'll give it to him in just a minute.
Let me hug my baby. That's my daughter.
You're gonna go to jail if you keep doing this.
Let me go. Let me go.
Go with this officer right here. Go with that officer right here.
Let me go.
As officers tried to comfort Ariel, Chris was placed in the back of a patrol car, while Officer Butler briefed detectives and the forensic team so they could quickly assess the situation and begin a deeper investigation.
This young man here, him and his wife got into an argument over the fact that he wants to divorce her.
Daddy wants what?
He wants to divorce her.
Okay.
She didn't like what the news he gave her, and she said she's gonna kill herself. And he says, no, you just kidding, you're not gonna do that. So according to him, she grabs a 9mm in their bedroom, and when he starts to put it up to her head, she did that. He claims he reached for the gun to try to get it from her, and when he reached for it and they struggled over it, boom, she shot herself in the head.
He's doing the report. Run it down to her.
Okay. According to Mr. Jones here, he said him and his wife were in their bedroom. They got in an argument over the fact that he wants a divorce from her. She claims that she's going to kill herself if he does. Okay, and he says, oh, you just kidding, you're not going to do nothing like that. So she gets the 9mm, which is in the bedroom.
Shortly after speaking with detectives, Olivia's sister Angela also arrived, and Ariel once again broke down in grief.
Family violence. Yeah, go ahead and get out of here. Go ahead. Let's clear some of this. Look at me.
Come this way. I'll follow you out.
I'll back up.
Oh my.
Chris was taken to the station. Before the interrogation began, he told Officer Butler about his sorrow and claimed innocence. However, his behavior and demeanor appeared unusually calm. almost indifferent and cold.
I understand how family is upset, but I didn't do this.
Yeah.
You're gonna blame me for this.
Well, they don't know what happened.
People are gonna blame me for this, Mr. Buck. I'm gonna be condemned whether I'm condemned or not for this. They're gonna blame me for this. I didn't do this. I'm upset. I'm hurt. I don't know how to feel. Selfish. That's selfish. I mean, I've been at the hurt helping people.
Police photographed his hands, which were still covered in blood, as evidence. When the interrogation began, detectives asked what led to the argument and requested that he describe the final moments in detail.
I am very particular. If you heard that, that's true. I am very particular. You strive for the best for people. I work really hard, and I don't make excuses for myself, and I don't accept excuses for anybody else.
Chris's statement remained consistent with his earlier version, but he continued shifting blame onto Olivia while portraying himself in a positive light.
What did you say?
Really? You serious? Really? This is not going to solve anything.
Okay.
You know, this is not, you do not want to do that. You put that freaking gun down before you make a mistake and hurt yourself. She was crying. She was crying.
His account felt one-sided and inconclusive. Then detectives received an update from the investigative team at the house. Surveillance cameras were installed throughout nearly every area. This would be a crucial lead in determining what really happened. They asked Chris to hand over his phone, which had access to the home's security system.
Say you want to access just that camera. You touch that. And that's just that camera. Okay. You know what I'm saying?
So far, let's go back to devices.
Yes, sir. And everything is labeled.
Carport, backyard, front door, back door, laundry room, side garage, living room, kitchen.
According to the footage at 8:41 a.m., Olivia was seen doing her morning routine in the kitchen. Suddenly, the camera feed cut out. 3 minutes later, at 8:44 a.m., the cameras came back online, showing Chris pacing around the house in a panic while calling 911. 11 minutes later, at 8:55 a.m., officers arrived. That missing 3-minute window became critical. It was likely when Olivia was shot. Back in the interrogation room, detectives questioned Chris about the missing footage.
We're still trying to pull up these videos here. Why would there be no recordings on that?
I don't know. It should be. Everybody that went in that house should be on it. But like I said, the internet, you can go through days and it pretty much does it. We shouldn't have bought that. You just keep, like, you can pick whatever day you want and it's never going to be consistent. That's why I said it was a waste of money.
Well, I'm wanting desperately to find some video on here that corroborates what you're telling us, but almost all the videos start right after this event happened.
Chris offered multiple explanations, from internet issues to improperly charged cameras, but detectives no longer believed him. During that time, only Chris and Olivia were in the house. With Olivia shot, Chris was the only person with access to the system who could have tampered with the footage. Because the video was missing, detectives asked Chris to reenact how he allegedly tried to take the gun from Olivia.
My initial, she pulls it. Give me the. Okay, and I go. I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
No, you're good.
I don't want the chair.
I'm sorry.
You're fine. I like the chair, man.
But I'm reliving it.
You are.
I'm reliving it.
So she should be shot in the back of her right head.
Did you feel me twist your? Did you feel me twist?
Push back here.
Did you feel me twist your?
Push it on
I
me.
twisted.
As questioning intensified, Chris avoided direct answers and appeared to improvise explanations. Detectives ended the initial interrogation with even greater suspicion and moved on to interview other family members, starting with Angela.
Olivia Jones is her sister, right? We've been talking a lot lately. We talk every day. I drop her baby to her at the tax office. She's always been timid about everything. But she was the type that whatever went on in their home, she would keep it there.
Yeah. Kind of a private.
Right, private person.
Yeah.
She loved her babies so much that she felt she had to live for them. You know, she can't talk on the phone after a certain time. He controlled the finances. He never wanted to be in the presence of her family. Family reunions, anything, he never came. But she would have to step off, and when he would call, and all you could hear was him screaming and yelling in the phone. His character is agitation. Like, his character is to be aggressive. I just don't get it. Because all she wanted, my sister was a married type. All she wanted was to be loved.
Yeah.
She loved love. Like, she loved her babies. She wanted to live for her babies.
Meanwhile, investigators also reviewed his relationships, including speaking with his ex-wife, Letitia, whom he met in 1999. She agreed to provide information and confirmed his toxic behavior.
I met Chris Jones in 1999. It was just like a constant fight. Like, he strangled me, choked me out, drugged me through the house. My skin was missing off my back. One time he bit my hand. He had this bite marks in my hand. This was what it was. If the house not clean, he's told me that he would kill me if I was to ever leave him. Told me how he would do it. The reason I never said anything or went for help was because I was extremely in fear of my life, because I knew and I felt in my heart that he would kill me.
What Letitia revealed was disturbing, but even more serious were the allegations made by Olivia's daughter, Ariel, during her interview.
They were arguing, and I heard her say she couldn't breathe. I would see bruises on her. It broke her down to the point where she believed what he said.
Mm-hmm.
You won't be nothing without me, stuff like that.
Right. Was your mother at any time that you were aware of suicidal?
No. I hate that they even have to come up, but no.
With each interview, the case against Chris grew stronger. Detectives returned to the surveillance footage to apply further pressure.
I need you to be honest about the videos.
I look guilty. If I deleted those videos, I look guilty.
Not if you say right now, what did you just say a little while ago? I freaked out, I panicked, I did some stuff I shouldn't have done. Is that one of them?
Yes.
How many did you delete?
I don't know, honestly.
Despite this, Chris never fully admitted to deleting the critical 3 minutes. However, reviewing footage from previous days revealed his true nature and how toxic the relationship had become.
Got it figured out. I run the house for you clean for real. Then you gonna be looking stupid. Look on the floor, man. Look on the floor. Look on the floor, wife. Look on the floor. Look on the floor. Look on the floor. Look on the floor. Why is that like that? You're not paying attention. Put my damn lid back on. Give it here. You got all the damn answers. You don't do a damn thing around this right. That's a clean dish. That's clean.
I didn't want to, they fell on the floor, so I didn't want to reuse them.
You look at this. You don't pay attention what you doing. You all over the place, Olivia. You ain't got the kids to blame no food on the floor. Who you blaming now?
Me.
Ariel don't live here. It's you. It always been you, whether it was them or not. It's you because you teach them how you do.
Chris was repeatedly seen belittling Olivia, undermining her, and even humiliating her in front of her daughter.
And that's why you'll never have a successful restaurant. You don't care.
When I got the you didn't have a job. You was collecting unemployment. You didn't have off of you, Olivia. And most men in this world want a woman that got what?
Combined with these videos and statements from Olivia's family about abuse, detectives also checked Chris's criminal record and discovered a history of violence, including multiple assaults in 1996 and a domestic violence case in 1998 that resulted in jail time. Although they were still awaiting forensic results, detectives believed they had enough evidence to charge him. In April 2019, Chris was charged with first-degree murder and second-degree manslaughter. However, in a controversial move, just 24 hours later, he was released on $150,000 bail and placed under house arrest with GPS monitoring. This decision sparked outrage among Olivia's family and the public.
Many taking to social media to voice their concerns, stating things like, "Can't believe he's out on a $150,000 bond. That's crazy. What's wrong with our system?" And, "Can't believe they would make his bond so low that he got out. He should not be walking the streets."
While out on bail, Chris was even allowed to operate the family food truck one plate at a time. However, it was later shut down due to food safety violations. The decision to allow him to operate at all caused major controversy, as many were outraged that a murder suspect was still free in society.
I don't see how would anyone want to support someone who murdered their wife on Valentine's Day, which is a day that we are supposed to celebrate love. And the day that she was going to celebrate that with him, he decides to take her life.
After a long wait for forensic results, the evidence against Chris became clearer than ever. Blood patterns at the scene did not match his account. There was no gunshot residue on Olivia's hands, but significant residue was found on Chris's hands and clothing. Despite all this, he still refused to confess. Before the final trial, Olivia's family held a memorial on Valentine's Day. They said they wanted justice above all else.
Valentine's Day was one of her favorite holidays.
I would give almost anything to have her back right now.
What's this year been like for you and your family?
If you can wrap it up in one word, it would be frustrating. We're wanting him to spend the rest of his life in prison, while my sister spent the rest of her life in the grave.
After more than 3 years, the long-awaited trial finally took place with many family members from both sides. Prosecutors described Chris as a violent man with a history of abusive behavior, suggesting Olivia's death was only a matter of time. The defense argued it was an accident, but forensic evidence clearly showed Olivia had not been holding the gun, disproving that claim. Finally, on February 8th, 2022, unable to fight the overwhelming evidence, Christopher Ray Jones pleaded guilty to killing his wife, Olivia Jones. He was convicted of manslaughter and sentenced to 30 years in prison without parole.